Stay tuned on the psychology of why Black women hate their hair. All right, welcome to another episode of Haire here. Today we are studying and learning the psychology behind why Black women hate their hair. And my credentials is that I have a degree in psychology and real world experience, and also a real life experience as well. Really, again, thank you guys so much for following me as I, expand my content from just doing natural hair tutorials to basically doing movie reviews, more of a clear hair TV. Definitely want to launch that next year. But this is a very emotional, so if I have to pause to collect my thoughts and emotions throughout, just, give me patience in the comments. But I can definitely say the relevance of this is so essential to the future of Black women's self-esteem. So first things first is let's talk about Dr. Pavlov. So Pavlov was one of the first, anybody who took a basic psychology class can tell you that Dr. Pavlov is the main character. So basically Dr. Pavlov wanted to study how the art of conditioning. So conditioning is going to be our first topic. So what he did was he got a dog, and basically he got a dog, and then he would ding a bell and he would bring him out a piece of meat. So, when you just from a physiological response, when you eat meat, you naturally salivate, basically to prepare your enzymes to break down the meat properly, right? So basically, he would salivate, so he would ding the bell, ding, and then the dog would come and be like, oh my God, not the medium rare, so the dog would come through, and then basically that was the first one. So what he did the next time was that this time he would ding the bell, but it would just be the smell of the steak, and the dog would come, start salivating, and I'm coming for he's like, okay, you kind of sketchy, I'm trying to translate to English, so it won't be boring for y'all. Ooh, that's kind of sketchy that, you ding the doorbell. Where's my medium well done steak? Where's my New York strip? Okay, so it got to the point where he kept conditioning to the point where now he kept basically pulling back. So first it was, sight. First it was sight, taste, smell, to the point where it got to every single time he would ding the bell, the dog just immediately salivated. So in that aspect, I feel like conditioning is also placed as well. So whenever we see somebody I purposely did not slick my hair down today, whose edges is not done or whatever, your brain immediately associates it with, because you've been conditioned, fuzzy afro, type 4C hair. You've been conditioned from a young age that this means this person's unkept, they have no money, ooh, you need to go get your hair done. This person's of lower class, it's always been seen, like I said, that conditioning. Because the thing about conditioning is that even if you feel like you're not participating, you are. Every single time you sit there and you're just like, hey, you need to go get your hair done, and you see somebody's hair is just hanging out, you're helping condition them. You're helping condition them to think that, okay, well, I can't feel beautiful right now because I woke up feeling beautiful, but now my friend or my family member is telling me you need to go get your hair done. So you start getting conditioned to the point where the moment you see a hair is out of line, or your hair is messy, or you see a type 4 hair, or you see a hair texture, you start getting conditioned that this is going to elicit a negative response. Vice versa, when your hair is straight, or when your edges, that's how my niece be saying it, when your edges are done, you get a positive response that is elicited, and you feel as though, okay, well, dang, whenever I see, the bell in this case would be positive reinforcement. And then your response is, to, like yourself more, or a negative response would be in the case of the bell where you feel bad about yourself. So I definitely feel like with conditioning, that's why we're going to learn about this together. I'll have solutions at the end, but definitely that conditioning starts at a young age. It's very simple as you're going for Easter, your hair has to be straight, or you're going to an event, your hair has to be straight. You're going to a wedding, your hair has to be straight. You are conditioning your child to know that straight is beauty. Nappy, that's already a negative connotation as well. That is associated with not having good hair, bad hair, good hair, ghetto hair. All these words are powerful. There's a reason whenever they say spells, it's always a word. Like, words are very powerful. So you get these negative connotations of these words, and it elicits that response. So my next one would definitely be what is done. So I've had several different videos, on my why I hate the natural hair community playlist. You can go check it out, fall down that rabbit hole. But I've definitely talked about the fact of getting your hair done. Like, I've been working since I was 18. Okay, I'm 33 now, so almost 2 decades in the workforce, and I can tell you, I don't straighten my hair. Okay, I think this when I was younger, I worn like maybe 1 or 2 straight weaves, but I purposely do not straighten my hair because I feel like I want it to be where if somebody's walking down the street or, somebody else who's younger than me sees me and just like, oh, okay, I don't have to change myself to be successful, and it's very important to me. I also feel like straight hair does nothing for my features. Like it's I don't know, my hair, my face just has a face to have curly hair anyways, but coily hair, sorry, I don't like using that word either, but it's just, I feel like we need to reinvent what it is to have your hair done. Like, it's okay to walk outside like this. Now, this isn't, isn't too crazy. I've had it crazier where, I go to sleep with no scarf on. But definitely normalize walking outside your house looking like this, because I feel like we have a tendency, and it just causes breakage and damage, but we do have a tendency to consistently feel like our hair has to look done. Any piece of it that looks unruly or nappy is a no-no. He'll treat you different. But me personally, if I could be honest with you, the only people who give me slack for my hair not being done is my fellow sisters and brothers. Just saying. But that could be, like I said, that conditioning, like we talked about in the first part of the video, that you're so conditioned to thinking that this is what this means to have your hair done. And then also with your hair being done, like, I feel like there was this one article that went viral, and basically she had afro. She had made it a mandate that everybody wear their natural hair. Like, the bride had an afro, the bridesmaid had an afro, and it was news. Not the dead follicles, not the dead follicles, but it was news. It made the news because everybody knows, like, for a wedding, like, it's always, you have to have straight hair. Like, I think I went to one. I can say I was in one wedding where I was not required to straighten my hair. One wedding. I was in one wedding, and I literally got to wear my natural hair. Like, I felt lucky, which sucks because, you don't want to ever feel like that, but it was really nice to not have to worry about, possible, 20 minutes on the iron is a lifetime of damage. Like, I have like that little rule in my head, like, it really is not even worth it. But I can definitely say that it was really nice to not have to worry about that, and I can just come as I was, and then as well, I feel like with what's done, like, that's why I purposely make sure that when I do have a special event to go to, I make sure my hair is out. What did I do for my birthday this year? Oh, I did a ponytail. So I was like, what did I? But it looks like something that could be my hair. Like, this is a ponytail extension. This is more like a yaki base. I think I have like almost a silky blend for my birthday. But like, me personally, like, I like doing stuff that look like it could possibly be my hair. I don't like stuff that's completely out. I have experimented with blonde. You have seen Blair before. Everybody keeps asking for her back. And I was like, I did not like the response I received with Blair, because I felt like there was a lot of energy towards Blair that tells me that y'all do not like me as I am. And I don't like that. I don't like that. But, yeah, I can really say that, like, just, what is done, like, that's a topic that we need to change. Like, that's why, I have an event I'm going to in December, and I'm purposely making sure I have a natural hairstyle, so you guys don't think that special event means straight. Special event means weave. Special event means edges. Like, I really want it to change. Like, I'm not saying that, millennial women and older Gen Z are lost, but these kids literally are looking up to us. And if they see that whenever there's an event, auntie had to straighten her hair, or whenever they had to do this, like, that's going to embed, and that's going to embed in their mind and have that representation of, like, is their hair really done? Is it done? Is it a complete hairstyle? The edges aren't involved. So definitely, for sure, that's my point on that. And the final one is representation. You know, just to tie from my previous point, is the fact that we need, well, I'm in trouble for this, so this is why I'm going to say it. We need to stop lying about our hair textures. Good night, everybody. Like, we do. Like, I really feel like we have to stop lying about what our hair texture is, because I know everybody's like, oh, the typing system was made for Oprah and the person. I'm not trying to hear the origin story. It is what it is. At the end of the day, your hair texture is important on when you're doing a hairstyle. It's not important taking care of, because like I said, you can have 4C hair that's really healthy. You can have 3C hair that is dying, you know, but we need to know our hair texture. Because to me, the reason why I like to know a hair texture, because I do hair on the side as well. The reason why I like to know a hair texture is because I want to know how much effort it's going to take to slick your hair down. I need to know what type of products I'm using, because 4C hair that is unmoisturized and has never been conditioned before is going to be more of an effort. Even with 3C, 3B, 3A hair, like, I need to know your hair texture so I can know how it slicks down. Does it slick down to a wave? Does it slick down straight? Okay, because type 4 hair slicks down as a wave. All right, you see that? You see my hair waving at you? How are you guys doing? My hair slicks down to a wave. Type 3 hair slicks down straight. Type 2 hair is already slick. Okay, so that's going to be very vital for knowing which extensions you can use. Okay, so that's why I said, like, that's the only time I would say, like, you really need to know your hair texture, because you need to know what type, how does it slick down. Type 4 and type 3 do not slick down the same. That's how I can always tell. I don't care if you wet it or you put mousse on it. How your hair slick down tell you what type of hair texture you have. Okay, now, unfortunately, they have used this to misconstrue the natural hair. They have used it to misconstrue the natural hair community, because what ends up happening is that when you see somebody slicking their hair and it slicks down straight, and they're just like, oh, I have type 4 just to garner views and elicit irritation, I feel like that is where the natural hair community and me start beefing, because I feel like you just saying, oh, my hair is type 4, I feel like it's irresponsible, because what's going to happen is that someone with type 4C hair is going to be like, oh, let me go try this. You know, like, there was this trend, I have it on here as a video. There was this trend that was going on where basically it was saying just foam-based wash and go, right? So someone who had type 3 hair did it, and I was like, okay, I can go do it. I was serving Frederick Douglass, because my hair did not dry like I wanted it to dry. I was serving Frederick Douglass Realist. I'm talking about Samuel Jackson. Okay, that's what I was serving. And I feel like the representation, like, at one point, what they were doing, what I found out, is to probably kill my chance of having a sponsor for hair. What they started doing, fun fact, they started replacing 4C models with my hair texture. My hair texture is 4A, 4B. They started doing that. Do you know how heartbreaking that is? Like, you are basically erasing me because you don't want to, hire a hairstylist who specializes in type 4C hair. 2, you feel like it's not beautiful enough to be promoted. You know how frustrating that was for me to watch? Like I said, like, yes, I don't have 4C hair, but to me, type 4 is gang. Like, let's keep it a buck. I don't buy products until 4. I follow the 4C girlies. The 4 queens, the 4C queens, I only follow them. When they sit there and say, oh, this extra control work, I go buy it. I don't listen to anybody else. Fun fact. Any hair product I use is because a 4C queen said this is what we use. And it's always on point. I don't ever listen to anybody who's type 3 or even 4A saying, hey, this product, I don't care. Where's the 4C queens at? Because they're going to keep it real. Because to me, I feel like it's kind of like a makeup artist who sits there and says, oh, I know how to do makeup, but then you don't know how to do dark skin makeup. You're not a makeup artist. You sit here and say you know how to do hair, but you don't know how to do 4C, and you're not a hairstylist. If you can't do I want to say the extreme, because I don't like that negative connotation, but if you can't do that far off the spectrum, especially when there's so many people who are, then we have nothing to talk about. Like, there's nothing to talk about. But definitely for sure, like, that's just my thoughts on the matter for now. If you guys like this topic, I can go into more detail about the psychology behind wearing extensions and not wearing extensions, how you feel on your self-esteem as well. But I just really want to make it a point because I am tired of the fact that, excuse me, and this will be a separate video, but I am heartbroken that so many people are going back to relaxer. And like I said, I have on here, allow people to do whatever they want to do with their hair because you won't want nobody to come to you and be like, you need to straighten your hair. But it was heartbreaking to find out so many people are going back to relaxer, and there's just so many help. Like, you'll never see me have relaxer. And the reason why is because me and my doctor have agreed I would like to live long. Okay, we have an agreement. I would have to live long. But when I had a relaxer, I had so many health issues from it. It literally was eating me from the inside out. And that's not to scare anybody, but I only had a relaxer from the ages of 14 to 24. I had it for only a decade. And I can tell you in that time, like, my health was like, I'm lucky that I have the genes that I do from my parents, because just from like my blood work, I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all want to do, but me personally, health wise, like, if I got a relaxer again, start getting relaxer again, like, my health will decline. Okay, but don't forget to subscribe, share. It's Claire here.